Hit him with his weekend. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down, know me y'all like. Hit him with his weekend. On the top rope, crowd already know how I fly him to the.
Yeah. Now?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy, your nephew, your cousin, the Grap Middle Region's best kept secret, the 1/3 of the GTA greatest team alive, the Don Chaz Evans. Welcome to Chaz and Friend. So let me introduce you to my friend. All right, he's the man that runs this show because I don't do anything. All right, I really don't do anything. I just talk a lot of trash and talk trash about my future employers. So with that being said, he's the man that runs this show because I don't do anything. I'm just a figurehead. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the Red Dog or Cliff.
Yeah, it's me, the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get the job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog. Also, the man repping his favorite team. That's right, Denver. Woo! He even got the sleeve on today because we ballin'. Hopefully, WWE.
No, ballin'.
I just hope WWE doesn't do like another match against against the Nuggets, and then we end up having the Heat come back and win, because that would suck. That would hurt my feelings.
As long as you don't double book them, don't double book the arena, then you'll be fine.
Nah, that's very true. That's very true. You're gonna have some faith in your team too. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, you gotta have faith in your team. Like, I think that was the biggest problem, was that when that happened, right? Was it 2008? I think that's right.
I think
it was weird.
That time frame, yeah.
Yeah, so like Denver wasn't like the owner, Stan Kroenke, didn't believe in the Nuggets. And so he decided to deal with the WWE because, let's be fair, the Nuggets were getting bounced out in the first round continuously, right? So the one time that they get ahead of the first round, they get to the Western Conference Finals, and Stan Kroenke is like, nah, man, this is my building, and my team gonna play. You can go somewhere else. And then then you try to put out a joint statement with the WWE and talk about hey, we try to go find things together, and it just whatever, bro. You hurt our team for 15 years.
But you also a little like this. Do you are we not? They're not gonna give up their basketball game. That was never that happened. Not too long ago. Come on, with this year, I think it was it Janet Jackson? I think it was Atlanta.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to perform, and there was it was the playoffs. So that happens. Something. You can't really, predict live sports.
But you can't really try to strong arm another company and just tell them oh, sorry, suck it. You can go somewhere else and do your thing.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's what you did. You just told the WWE, hey, yo, eat a dick. We're gonna just move you over here, and that's what happened. And all of a sudden, Vince and them, they did the Lakers versus the Nuggets, and John Cena was on the Batista, Mr. Kennedy, Jerry Lawler. Yeah. Freaking MVP were all on the Lakers. And sure, we had Cody and Randy Orton, but
No. Don't just say that. Don't say Cody it was the American Nightmare Cody.
It was definitely the American. What was it? It wasn't even dashing.
No,
it was legacy. It was legacy Cody.
So that's not. You say Cody, and we got to make sure, because they're very different. There are different versions of Cody, and now most of them work great because he can turn. Cody has the ability to turn chicken shit into chicken salad.
Right.
But some of them, just didn't work out. So
no, it really didn't.
I'm sure you say which Cody you refer to, but yeah. Welcome to Chaz and Friends. Here's some announcements. Yeah, follow us everywhere. Okay, follow us on all your favorite social media platforms, as you can see underneath here. All right. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that bell button, like and subscribe. Give us a comment, share our video. Also, thank you and shout out to our live viewers on Twitch, on Facebook, on YouTube, and our debuting live stream on Kick. So definitely on all those different platforms, give us a like, a follow, a subscribe, so you will never miss the live debate show called Chaz and Friends, where me and my friends argue about wrestling.
Yeah, if it wasn't an error that just went off of on Kick, I would definitely say, yeah, we're gonna kick over there, but we just got kicked from there. So yeah. So right now you can catch us on Twitch as well.
There you go. So that's it right to it. Temp check. What you got for me? What's the
hottest wrestler? Hey, let's be real, man. Hottest wrestler of the week. I gotta give it to Jay because I mean, even though he lost, like he's still coming out pretty badass in this whole thing. So I can't help it. Outside of that, I mean, I don't know. Really, I'm gonna have to lean towards Jay and Jimmy. I mean, the bloodline is like all around. It's just on my hot. Cold wise, you know what? We're gonna talk about the person later. So I'm just gonna leave my cold wrestler as without any kind of flair to it.
Oh. I like how that not so subtle but subtle way you did that. Yeah, we are going to talk about that person later in the show. But all right, my hottest wrestler going into this week, man, I want to go Jay. Jay is the obvious choice, really. But I'm going to go the opposite route, and I'm going to say Damian Priest. I don't know if anybody saw Monday Night Raw. I don't know if you saw the World Heavyweight Championship title defense with Seth and Damian Priest. But if you did not, I think you need to put that on your schedule to watch this week because, man, just a great all-around match. So that's probably also my match of the week, if nothing else changes my mind between now and we talk about it. But yeah, Damian Priest gets my hottest wrestler of the week, my coldest wrestler, and it sucks, man. It sucks. But I'm going with Hook. Hook has lost the well, not want to say the
mystique.
The mystique,
like the pizzazz.
Yeah, like the aura and like
it
don't. Yeah, he comes out now like his song. When it would come out, you get it's like when Stone Cold in the Glass or John Cena in the Trumpets. You hear that joint, you get excited. When Action Bronson started playing, you get hyped. I'm like, oh, cool, Hook. I was like, yay, I get but. Yeah, Hook. Him teaming with Jungle Boy again does nothing. I need us to get rid of the FTW title. It's just the prop. Yeah, I didn't like it from the jump, but hey, I don't work creative. But Hook don't be doing it for me no more, man. Hook don't be hooking no more.
Yeah, so, I understand that.
Hook gets my coldest wrestler. And Damian Priest gets my hottest wrestler going into the week. So yeah, for all our live viewers, hit us in the comment section right now. Tell us who was your hottest and or coldest wrestler in the week. If you're also tweet us, all right, at 3count_pod. Tell us your hottest, coldest wrestler of the week. #TempCheck. And let us know what you think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Hook still has the Hook effect. I guess that's a thing now. The Hook effect. Maybe he's still hot. Maybe he's not. So let us know. All right, let's talk about her. Let's talk about her. Let's talk about Charlotte Flair. Okay, Charlotte Flair. Last Friday night. This past Friday night. Returned to her queendom. And she is going to face Asuka for the for the new WWE Undisputed Women's Championship. Just cause. Yes. So why this? I don't even know how to phase. Let's just talk about it. Why is Charlotte's booking so bad?
Bruh,
The thing is, in the fun, and I okay, so look, I'll start it off like this, and we can just talk about it, and like not really even get a question. We can just start the conversation, bruh. So I saw something on Twitter, which is why I want to talk about Charlotte. I saw something on Twitter, which is how I always come up with topics, and it wasn't really a bad take, but they said the reason why Charlotte is always in the title picture is because that's her gimmick. Because who is Charlotte Flair without the title? And I went, that's facts, and that's terrible, and that's bad. It's not a bad take, but it's true. If you look at this the track record of Charlotte has to have the belt. Charlotte, then she's not a star without the belt. Whereas the other 4 horsewomen has proven that they can be main event players and be stars without that belt. Becky does it. Becky's doing it. Bailey was doing it when they give her, when they stopped giving her the short end of the stick all the time. And Sasha can do it. Or Mercedes can do it. Charlotte is the only one that is just, and it's just they have backed Charlotte into a corner from jump. She's legit Hogan. She is the Hogan of this era. Because what else can you do with Charlotte now? Like legitimately, unless you start bringing in this whole influx of new talent, but who is she like? Is Asuka about to lose to Charlotte?
God, I hope not, because that would be ridiculous. But for some reason, they always seem to like want to give Asuka the short stick. Like,
yes, Asuka does. Asuka always get. And the funny thing is this: people always argue that like, no, she doesn't. She's done this, and this, and I'm like, that's cool. You can have accolades, but still get the short end of the stick.
I mean, look at okay, so not Mercedes, right? Not Mercedes Moné, but look at Sasha Banks. Like every time Sasha won a belt, right? She just drop it the next title defense.
Just like that.
Cool. She had all these great matches for titles that she ultimately won. But how many of those titles did she ultimately keep? Like how many did she defend? She defended like, I think in the time that she won all those women's championships, right? I think she might have defended it and successfully defended it maybe 5 times, not including the women's tag titles. Like she was getting the short end of the stick. Like,
yeah.
And you could be like, well, she main evented WrestleMania. Yeah. Where she dropped the title after defending it one time.
Yeah, she didn't defend it. Yeah, she did not defend that joint at all. And that's the thing. You're right. And it's just with Charlotte, and that's just what it is, because Charlotte always, like, from the time she debuted on the main roster, what did she do? She won the Divas belt. She was the first NXT woman to win the Divas belt. And then WrestleMania shows up. They bring out the new women's championship. They do that banger match that Becky and Sasha and Charlotte were in. Banger. Who won that match? Charlotte. Like, who got that? Who got that very first main event Mania spot? Charlotte. Yeah, you added Becky because let's be honest, the fans put Becky in that position.
Yeah,
I don't think that was ultimately the triple threat was ultimately always the plan. I don't think that at all. So yeah, it's hopefully Charlotte does lose to Asuka. What do you do with Charlotte?
You make her work her way back up. Like now you have this whole redemption thing that she goes through. The thing about Charlotte though is that she's
Charlotte's not likable. I don't care which way you look at it. She's not likable. Like a babyface Charlotte Flair does not work. It doesn't work.
I mean, no, I do understand. I agree with that. It does. It does.
It is not knocking Charlotte because Ashley's probably a great person. At least, Ashley seems like a great person, and she's probably as cool as heck. But Charlotte, Charlotte is a what, and that's not. It's just every time she comes on the screen, I just feel like I don't like you. You're all, it's just so. Do you do a redemption? Are we really going to get behind it?
I kind of want to see it because I want to see this.
The next Charlotte is Rhea, and she's on Raw.
I just think what I want to see is I want to see Charlotte go after the title, right? The Universal title, but I want to see it be like a redemption thing where she has to like earn it back, right? Like all these women are coming into this is what I'd like to see. And I know you're probably not going to see it because they're not going to see it the way that we want to see it, or I'm going to see it, right? But what I'd like to see is Charlotte comes in and she's like, I want a title shot. Bet. Asuka accepted. Now they're going to have this match on SmackDown next week, right? Have her lose, right? And then have somebody else beat her and somebody else beat her, right? To the point where all of a sudden, like, Charlotte gets to questioning who she is, right? Because then you can build that fan base back up, right? And get right behind her as she, like, starts to, like, try to figure this back out. Because that also going to help the women's division to be showing them that, hey, yo, like, this isn't the same women's division that like Charlotte once knew, right? This is a whole new division that's ready to pounce on the queen now that there's blood in the water. And so now Charlotte has to like learn and get back into doing things that Charlotte do, because before I could just bully my way to the top and I'm gonna get in there. And now it's like now she has to go back and redeem herself, right? And to reestablish herself as the queen of the division. I'd like to see something like that, and I think the fans would get behind her as she falls and then starts to work her way back up. But then again, they're gonna be like, you know what? That's a dumb idea. So Charlotte's taking the title, and Asuka has to build herself back up.
I mean, because I just do not think. And like it's a way new different company now than like we said last year. But I don't know, man. I just don't see that company saying, "Hey, Charlotte, you gotta take another L. You gotta take another L.
Yeah.
You gotta take another L. You gotta take another L." To tell that story.
And I think, but see, and that goes back to my point being that if she does something like this, right? Or she can do something like this, and hey, it strengthens the women's division because it shows like, hey, yo, like this is a former 14-time women's champion, a Grand Slam winner who is like struggling to get back to the top. Where like, Bianca's hanging in the game and she's doing her thing. Rhea is doing her thing, right? Because they were battling all these sharks as they were moving their way up, and now like the queen has to kind of get herself back up there, right? Because let's be real, like there's a lot of good women in that division now. And I would love to see like Charlotte work with like, I know she's not really on the scene right now, but Tegan is back. I'd love to see with Tegan, Shotzi, right? Another run with her. I'd like to see it. Who was I thinking of? EO, right? And then you can see, another run with Bailey. You can see all these cool matches that will start playing out as Charlotte starts to work herself back up to the top. And I think I would just like to see, like, we're like, the game is caught and past the queen, and now the queen's like questioning herself, like, yo, can I still do this? Let me make another run and let's see what happens. And then she's like, eventually starts working her way back up to the top. But, they don't want me to do that because they're going to be like, nah, it's going to hurt her sales. Like, maybe in the short run, but I think in the long run, you're gonna get a lot more fans. Look at Roman.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Roman went away for 6 months, came back, and he was on God mode. Since then, that's been our tribal chief.
He was always our tribal chief.
He was not.
We just didn't acknowledge him.
Oh no, we didn't even see him. There's no way in God's green earth that you're gonna get me to believe that suffering succotash was ever gonna be a thing for me from Roman. When Roman didn't say anything in the blood or in the Shield, that's when I liked him. And then he went away, and when he came back as a tribal chief, I was like, that's my Roman right there. That's my tribal chief.
That's the tribal chief.
Yep.
Charlotte. It's just the thing is, you're right. It could build it. It could really reestablish, rebuild this women's division. But I think it's just the idea of like Charlotte taking L's. It's gonna make her look, weak. The typical indie shit. Oh man, I got this momentum riding. I can't take an L.
I feel like I've heard that before a few times. I can't hurt my brand.
So yeah, I would love to see a babyface Charlotte take go through this redemption thing, go in the Rumble, right? Saying I'm going, lose the Rumble and still have to. It could build her as one of the biggest baby faces, and they could redo Rhea and Charlotte later down the line, and somehow you can make a trade, and you won't get that switch reaction that you got. There were people were booing Rhea. I mean, not Rhea, but booing Charlotte and cheering Rhea when it was supposed to be the opposite. I promise you, you have Charlotte do this the redemption little thing, have her lose, and you do redo that, you're gonna get that crowd go white hot for Charlotte, and they're gonna boo Dominic and Rhea right out the water over there in Detroit. But what do I know? I'm just the guy with a podcast.
Yeah, I'm just a co-host.
But anyway, match of the week. If you don't know what match of the week is, it's in the title. We're going to tell you our match of the week out of all the wrestling that happened this week. Our favorite matches. My favorite match this week. Yeah, it's Damian Priest and Seth. I really did like that match. Even Orange Cassidy and Swerve for me
was a good match.
It was just like, this is everything I thought you would do, and this is what I enjoyed it. That would be like if I had to, because that's what I was wrestling with between those two. Like if that was my 1B, my 1A, it would be those two matches. But oh man, I keep saying Rhea, but the Damian Priest and Seth Rollins match was really, really fire. And like, I just really want people to watch that match. Watch Swerve and Orange Cassidy too. But yeah, man, go back on Peacock or Hulu or DVR if you didn't watch it yet. Please watch that match. It's really good.
I agree.
I can't put that match over enough.
So I'm gonna agree with you, right? I'm gonna take Priest and Rollins, right? But I'm gonna add a 1B to it, and it's not Orange Cassidy, right? I'm gonna take this on a different spin. So I'm gonna take it as Battle of the Week, right? And I wanna highlight, and I know a lot of people probably already have, if you're watching this on YouTube or even you went on YouTube at all, Adam Cole and MJF's promo battle, like shit was fire. I was in for it. It did everything for me that I needed to do.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Next is because that's a good segue.
The pass off.
It's a good segue into our next topic. Has MJF gone stale?
Mm.
Has MJF gone stale? I'm gonna start this off.
I was like, give me your reason.
It's all right. Yes, he is. He has gotten stale. MJF's promos are the same. It's the same promo every single time. MJF comes out. All right. He's going to take you on this little journey, make you cheer for him for a little bit, and he's going to insult you. Okay. He's going to say he's going to touch all the cookie point. He's going to talk about the girl. He's going to talk about throw a shot at the WWE, at whatever other place of employment that wrestler did. Right. Wrestler's going to come back and talk about MJF's fiance leaving him. Okay, Bidding War 2024. I'm better than you. You know it. Boom. I could have told you this promo before it even aired that that's how it's going to go. It's the same thing. He did it with Brian Danielson. He did it with Jericho. He did it with CM Punk. He did it with Jungle Boy. He does the same promo. And it's not cool anymore. Like him actually saying Vince out there like that was the okay. He actually saying Vince's name. That got me. I was like, oh wow, he really name dropped him. But other than that, he did the same. He did it. He talked about Britt. He talked about him working in another company. Like he said, you can't beat me. They get him, and he's like, he thinks about it for a second, and he goes, all right, let's do this match. Makes another, breaking the fourth wall shot, and that's the promo every week. It's every week. Same thing. He's stale. With nothing new. Even the matches are the same. Like I wouldn't say they're the same, but stale. Give me something different.
It's interesting though because
MJF is starting to become not must see.
Chaz. Come on, Chaz. You know you got it wrong. Oh, this is the man, MJF. We talking about this man who just.
Are you shutting sharp?
Yeah. Okay. I'm repping Denver, so I might as well be right. We talking about the man, MJF, who puts down fire promos. But it's not even about that fire that promo that he spit. You're right. He really does put out this same kind of aura type, right? He puts you on a roller coaster. You ride along. You boo him when you boo him when he says something. You cheer him when he says something, right? And then he says something to shock you, right? Like you mentioned, right, Vince. But it was Adam's retort of just like handling the promo and then throwing something else out there. And I'm gonna be honest. In my mind, I never once thought about MJF possibly doing PEDs. Like it's not something that just randomly would go in my mind until Cole brought it up, and I was like, oh, yo, no. I was like, nah. And I just even that little bit of doubt though, it got me. I've been sitting on that for days thinking about this because I was like, there's no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no way this is a thing. But it's the idea that Adam Cole, like he mentioned it too, right? Because he said it once MJF came back and he was just like, just coming from Keith Lee's manager. And then Adam said it, right? He was like, and there it is. There's the thing that I've been waiting for you to say. And then he broke it down. He was like, you could have just told me you wanted to fight, but no, instead you wanted to, start up some misinformation. And I think I liked it though, because it was one of those things that came out of, I was like, just watching Adam go back and do his promo. I was like, this is why Adam Cole is so good at doing this thing, man, because like he legit he handled everything like he was supposed to. And then he puts you on this emotional roller coaster. You get on the coaster, you ride along, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, like I want to do this. I want to ride this again because this was so good. Both sides, I thought, like, even if you were just in the idea of saying, oh, well, yeah, it's the same MJF promo, cool. You still enjoy aspects of it. But then it's like you get Adam Cole's retort and you're like, oh yeah, this is a lot of fun to check out. So and that's what it was. And so for me, throughout the week, like I said, I sat back and thought about that Damian Priest Seth Rollins match, and they've also said on this promo, like, hey yo, these two promos, like collectively, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, that was the greatest promo of all time, but I am gonna say that Adam Cole's promo to MJF was like, it was on point, man. I liked it.
That's not what, but that's not the topic. We're not talking about Adam Cole.
Baby.
You're welcome. We're talking about the topic is MJF being stale. I don't care. Like, who gives a crap if MJF is on steroids or not? He probably is. Who cares?
No, you're right. You shouldn't. But I was just
like,
to me when I watch him, I'm like, I was like, ain't no way that this. No, but it was just the idea that Adam Cole put that out there, and I was like,
I think regardless, it's the topic was, is he stale? Has he gotten stale? You're talking about the retort.
I don't think so. I still think MJF has the ability to shock and awe fans, and I mean, he's been doing it for the greater part of 2-3 years now, and I think MJF still can put out fire promos. He can still make people ride that roller coaster and thoroughly enjoy those promos and make you believe, like, in what he's saying. Sure, I mean, right now, like, he's the champ, right? So we see him all the time, and he comes out and he does what he does. I think it's something that he had said prior to all of that, right? Like when he had won the championship. And he told everybody, he's like, you're all going to turn on me. Every one of you is going to be fickle about it. It's going to happen. He's like, it's just normal. It's just going to be a thing. And everybody's like, nah. And now, come 4 months later, here's everybody, really, MJF lost it. He don't got it what it is anymore. I'm like, no, he still puts on these fire-ass promos. It's just people see him all the time. And I think that's the thing that we, like, in our fan aspect, is we're like, oh yeah, MJF is he's just cutting the same promo over and over again. But to be real, that same promo is, and I know a lot of people, I'm probably gonna catch you, I don't give a fuck. It's probably better than 95% of the people who are cutting promos currently in the wrestling scene. So his stale promo is still better than 95% of the promos that are being spit out. And I'll venture out 99% because there is a couple people out there who always cut fire promos, and I just know who it's not.
That's factual. All righty, let's go. This or that.
Oh man, this is easy. So I want to talk about. I've been wanting to talk about this for a bit. Okay. So WWE has released 2 new titles, right? And we're talking about the Universal Women's Championship and the Universal Men's Championship. Seeing that we are in the era of black and gold and white and gold, apparently, I wanted to go. Which is better? The original NXT. Right, with the big old X, right, the NXT championship, and the women's one, right, can't forget, right, or the newest generation of WWE main roster championships that were just released.
So, that's easy. I like the new women's NXT belt than the old one, and I like the old men's NXT championship than the new one. The big X belt, I just thought that was just cool. The big X in the middle and like that. No, you don't. It's like titles now, because I feel like everything's done are hard to really stand out. And just throwing the big X in the middle and the T is great. So that was easy. I don't like the women's newer women's belts now. I like those better than the old ones.
Mm.
Yeah.
I do like the women's
all
belt.
main roster, but the only good looking main roster belt now is now I gotta think about it. Probably the US belt. Yeah, probably the US belt.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. I'm a fan of the IC title.
I never liked it. It never jumped out to me really. Even when I remember when they first started, I was like, I don't hate it. Like I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Like I don't. I'm not saying I don't like it, but
right.
it's cool.
I miss the old IC title.
I do too. I missed when the belts all had originality and they all had their own separate look instead of all looking the same. But hey, I'm just the guy.
That is the issue. That's the issue.
It's just like the guy with the podcast.
Yeah, I'm just a co-host. I have a problem with like it's all uniformed, right? Like that's my problem with it. It's like, okay, so we have this WWE logo that we really like, and I'm not gonna front, like I like it too as part of like a futuristic kind of look. But the problem is that you branded this thing on everything so much to the point that you killed all the individuality that was in those titles, right? And like, I'm only waiting for the moment that they take that US title and flip it to where it has the WWE logo and the American flag in the background. Like, I just feel like that's something that's going to happen, you know. And then the Intercontinental title, you know, it has the WWE logo in the middle, but it also says Intercontinental Champion like around it. And I like that. But to see what the heavyweight titles have become and the women's titles have become, it's just, like, I get that that's your big champion and you want to put your big logo in the middle, but you just killed the individuality of it, and I don't like it. And I'm it's not that I'm not like, I loved like the Gold Eagle, right? I think that was a great title, and I love that we have the new heavyweight title, because Rollins' heavyweight title is exactly the kind of title that I want to see. Like, not on every title, right? Because I want it to also be individualized.
Yeah,
I just like that look. That should be what Roman is carrying around.
Yeah. It's I think it's I think it has something to do with the whole merger. I think that's a thing, because you know all the UFC belts the same, except don't they all look the same?
Well, that's different though. That's not.
Don't they?
You're not calling. Yeah, but you're not calling it a different title. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I got you.
Like,
right.
Yeah. Because it's all under the UFC, and it's all under the UFC. It's all given to, you know, it's across the brand. Like, the UFC is the brand, but when you go and say like the WWE United States champion, and that has its own title, that's great, right? But you go into like the WWE heavyweight champion and the WWE Universal champion, and it's the same title. You're kind of like, what? No, bro. Like, you called it something different. Make it look different, which is why I like now where we have Rollins with his title, Roman has his individual title. I kind of want to see the women's title have the same thing happen too, where like maybe the Raw Championship changes. It doesn't look like that title anymore. It's got a new look to it. It's revamped because something's got to happen. So we got to get some different things going on with those titles.
Yeah. All righty. Time for what grinds Damien's gears.
Oh man, what grinds my gears? The deep dark depressions of this world. But he was just, I mean, let's be real. Let's pretend like we're gonna do his segment, right? You guys don't even want to know what grinds my gears today. Tony Khan. This is where it starts. Tony, you should have never put that segment on where, like, you know, those two guys were wrestling in the middle of the ring and then it spilled out, and now you have this new TV show and that's not going to work. And you know what you should do is just go back to, you know, playing with the lines, you know, like you always like to do, and like try to change some things up and stay up late. Maybe spend, you know, 18 hours thinking of how these two individuals are going to work out for a match. And, you know, that's what grinds my gears.
And ladies and gentlemen, there it is. There it was what grinds Damien gears. All right, for more what grinds Damien gears, go to whatgrindsdamiengears.com /3count pod. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm letting you out of school 20 minutes early. Thank you for listening. All right, if you are a PlayStation user, you get a trophy. My Xbox users, you get an achievement. Make sure you follow us, okay? Before you leave us, okay? My live viewers, make sure you subscribe and like and follow us on all your favorite platforms, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Where else we're on? We're on everything. We're on everything. Yeah,
Everything.
man.
We're on everything.
We're really on everything. So if you think there's something we're not on, we're on it. Like we are. So
We're even
follow
on
us.
Hive.
We're on Hive. We are on Hive.
We're on Hive.
I don't even have that anymore. Remember that was supposed to take over Twitter? It was supposed to be replaced Twitter, and then it just died. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I get.
Oh, you know where we're now? We're not on Truth Social. Like we're not a part of that.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh, make sure you check out Now Entering with Dick Dynamo.
Please check that out.
It's our first interview where we were like in the same room.
Oh. Yes, please check it out. Don't check out Truth Social. I'm the Don, and I approve that message. Kawhi.